Oh, it's cutting. Okay. We're going to be starting in just a few minutes. I had to keep redoing this. It's absolutely crazy. I'm about to go on university and let everyone know. And then I'm going to just get started, and then I'll have to catch the replay. Since it is a Sunday, I don't want to keep people long. What is it about to play? Okay, just a few more minutes. I'm going to get started. I'm just sending out some notifications here. Let me drop this link. All right. Let's close all of this. We're just going to work with my notes here. Okay. All right. I got my mic on. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, so let's turn this part down. And And for those of you who are here, welcome. For everybody that may end up watching this in the future, welcome. Okay, you can hear me. Hi, welcome. Okay, so I'm trying to make this so you guys don't have a glare, or I don't have a glare, whatever. That's not working. So I was giving it a few minutes, letting some people show up, but I'm going to get started because it is Sunday and I don't want to keep you guys long, but I do want to share this information with you. Give me 1 second. All right, let me pull up my notes and we'll get started. So tonight we are talking about living in the question and the art of becoming a walking miracle. Thanks. So this is going to be about an hour long. So I'm going to try to stick to my time. If you are familiar with me, you know that timing, it can be long. But I want to teach you this. I think this is really important. We are in the season of giving. It's giving me like raccoon look with this lighting right here because I'm not at home. But we're in the season of giving, right? We're in this holiday energy, and either you're in a position where everything is going great and you have overflow and you're sharing, or this is the time of year where um, you're pushing, right? You want to complete the goal. You need to have enough money for Christmas, holidays, whatever it is you're doing. And so this is one of the times of years where walking in that miracle frequency is easy or easier, and it's important, right? It's because the country and all parts of the world are already in this giving frequency. So I'm glad you're here. Welcome. You could have been anywhere, but you have chosen to be here. And I want you to know that this class, it's more than a class, it's more than a training. As always, what I'm working in is more of a portal. Okay, so if you are new to my world, I am Reverend Goddess LaMeel. I'm a quantum healer, a spiritual mentor, and a frequency architect. And also, I'm looking back and forth because I am live and recording in more than one place, right? I am the founder of Goddess Ministries, Goddess Life Ministries, Goddess University, Lux and Light Apothecary, Pure Love Farms, and High Fashion Chocolate. And everything I build, right, from herbal formulas to music to universities, exist solely for the purpose of reminding women how to command their reality through energy and embodied sovereignty. What do you need? I don't know. I don't know. So I've also created modalities, right? Womb. I have a womb service. I've developed the goddess codes and multiple frequency journeys inside of university. So I do this. I live this. Everything that I have developed has come from my experience. A little more background, just so you know, there was a time when so I have 8 children and I now have 5 grandchildren, 1 on the way. However, when I started this journey and I started teaching, right, I had 8 children. I was renting a house. My house got sold faster than the owners expected, and the new owners did not want to allow us to stay because they wanted possession of the property, and we had to leave. So what happened there? I had to learn how to manifest. I had to learn how to manifest really fast. And we ended up living in a hotel. And, okay, I don't know what this is. we, let's get rid of this off the screen. Drag it here. I can't get rid of it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're just going to go without it. What is this? So I'm new to doing lives on YouTube. There we go. Anyway, I had to learn how to manifest fast. And what happened was we manifested from being in a hotel to being in a 7,000 square foot home. And from there, things just started rolling. But there was a time where I was in a hotel and I was having to manifest how to pay that bill every month, every week. Sometimes initially I started with just every day. So manifestation has been something that I have been doing, learning, scaling, and teaching for over a decade now. Um, Before we begin, I want to ask your permission to connect to your energy field. And if you consent, just simply say, I allow to yourself or out loud. And this agreement allows me and the divine beings and the light work through me to support you and release an alignment tonight. You remain sovereign at all times. Okay, so don't worry about that. I'm simply here to amplify what your choice is. Did you not see them? He just called. Aaliyah, can you check the app? Huh? Okay. So tonight, we're going to activate the miracle frequency, which is a field that collapses time. It summons divine intervention. And we're going to explore how to enter this miracle frequency through questions. Okay. Clear entities, clear blocks, and expand so that your miracles can land and stay, which is important, right? Because a lot of times you manifest stuff in and you can't hold it. So we're going to go over that tonight. And then we're going to seal everything with an EFT expansion session. I'm going to give you some numeral goddess codes and a holographic command so that you can leave here and you can really start to expand and embody your manifestation. The shadows of myself are driving me crazy. It says the delivery is here now. So, what is the miracle frequency? Let's talk about that for a few minutes. So, the miracle frequency is an energetic state where literal physical matter, right? I'm looking for something. Matter bends to you. It's not luck, it's alignment. It's not force, it is receptivity. So, it's money arriving unexpectedly. It's healing without explanation. It is perfect timing and synchronicities that completely and totally defy logic, right? It is the money you need showing up. It is a very weird error in your bank account, and the exact amount of money that you needed is there. I don't even have a hair clip. And this miracle frequency actually lives inside of the goddess frequency. And if you are familiar with me, you know I talk about the goddess frequency a lot. And that is my signature program, the goddess frequency. So think of it as kind of like her younger sister, right? The entry portal, the miracle frequency is like the entry portal. When you stabilize it, you begin to carry the full goddess field, which then holds, overflow, magnetic wealth, sacred union, divine womb flames, other types of frequencies are all held inside of the goddess frequency. So why most people can't hold this. My program is the Goddess Frequency. On your shirt? I don't know what that means. Um, but the miracle frequency is an easier frequency to align with, and it's easier to get into. Okay. Most people can't access it because they live inside of collapsing questions. Collapsing questions are things like, why isn't this working? Oh, no, it's my mic. Thank you. um, why isn't this working? What's wrong with me? Why does this shit always happen to me? You know, why is my shit so fucked up? Why is this so hard, right? Those are collapsing questions. These actually will trap your frequency into a scarcity loop. So I want to touch a little bit on like why now is the easiest time. From late October through winter, the collective field is thin and alive, right? We start with Halloween, where the veil is thinnest for entities, for ancestors, for spiritual work. So in October, when it hits, the veil starts to thin, but also people naturally start to get into the giving and the receiving mode. It is kind of a collective energy that exists. So I always tell people this is why I do my main candle services. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get like delivery and I don't know. That's not it. Get off my screen. Um, Main candle services are in October, November, and December. Why? Because the veil is thin, the energy is high for giving and receiving. It is the best time to harness that energy for your manifestations to set yourself up for what is to come in the spring. Okay. Timelines really overlap because it is the beginning and the endings, and that energy and that line really blurs. The earth itself is in a receiving mode, right? Because this is the final push to plant your seeds, literally, spiritually, figuratively, right? The air is ripe with magic because we're starting in the Halloween season. So there's a lot going on. This is a fertile season for miracles. And if you're going to learn how to live in a miracle, this is the time because it's going to be easier than dead of summer, dead of winter. It's a different frequency going on in the planet and in specifically the US during that time. So, expansive questions. Miracles don't come from answers, right? They come from questions. They come from questions that expand you. So, when I was talking about people are living in these questions that keep them locked in this scarcity loop, expansive questions are what take you into the miracle frequency. And it seems really simple, but think about how you think, how you talk to yourself. Your mind is always questioning absolutely everything. But on a subconscious level, you have programmed your mind to ask in a way that gives you more of what you don't want. And that's what keeps you locked out of the miracle frequency. So, expansive questions look like or sound like, what miracle is ready to land today? How does it get any better than this? That is my absolute favorite. I ask that all day long. What energy can I be that creates instant overflow? Who is already looking to bless me? Each one of these opens a timeline and invites a quantum movement, right? Because you're asking for something and you're leaving the space for your higher self, source, universe, whatever your belief system is, to actually give it to you. So when you're talking about manifestation and they say the how is not your job, they are right. The how is not your job, but the asking on a grander scale, right? And being expansive enough to receive it is your job. So I'm going to walk you through some of these. And then if you have something that you're trying to manifest, if you have something you're trying to call in, when we get towards the end, I will help you with those expansive questions around that specific thing. Okay. But first, what I want to do is ground with you and show you how simple it is to ground, but it is important to ground because we are dealing with a lot of extra energy all day, right? Everything you come into contact with, every person you come into contact with, leaves an energetic imprint. If you have not seen the viral video that I have on TikTok about how to lock your energy and how, if you don't, how easy it is for someone to harvest your energy, go check it out. Excuse me, it's pinned on the top of my page, but it shows you how to do the energy lock quickly. You can, if you're in university, the lessons are included, that course is included on how to lock your energy and get it running forward because it makes you strong and it causes you not to be as receptive to energy vampires. Whole nother subject. But right now, if you would close your eyes, whew, I'm just going to wipe off my day energetically. Take a deep breath. I want you to inhale through your nose. And then when you exhale, like you're exhaling through a straw, right? So, and you're going to visualize roots from your womb going down into the earth and then bouncing back up and rising up through your crown. Now you're anchored in this miracle frequency, as above, so below. I like to say, I am open, I am ready, I am receiving. Right? So now I've grounded, I've kind of shooken off, we've shaken off all the energy of the day and whatever it is that has been fucking with us for the time being. So before I walk you through calling in that miracle frequency, I want to talk to you about energetic interferences because it's real, right? The reason you ground, the reason you lock your energy is because there are energetic interferences. And sometimes those energetic interferences are not just from physical living people, um, they are from entities that are here, that have been left here, that are piggybacking on other people around you, right? There is no assertion in the universe, only attraction. We live in an attraction based universe. So if you are experiencing blocks, if you are experiencing chaos, hi, baby, it's resonance that is showing you what needs to be released. So, for example, if somebody shows up and they're being real nasty to you in the moment, the only reason that you are experiencing their bullshit is because you are an energetic match to that bullshit. Because there is no assertion. No one can cause you to experience anything that you are not an energetic match to. I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to repeat it because it makes you start thinking, right? No one can cause you to experience anything that you are not an energetic match for. There is no assertion. We live exclusively in an attraction based universe. So if you are experiencing stuff you don't like, there are things you need to release. There are and entities are not evil, right? We like these are good people have good energy, bad energy. That entity, that spiritual being is good, that spiritual being is negative. That is really not the case in this particular reality, especially on the 3D level. They're simply energies that are looking for direction. So some of them are going to be ancestral, some are environmental, some are self created thought forms, but we can clear them all and we can reassign them to the light. We can reassign them to do what it is that we want them to do. And I say this because and why and how this relates to the miracle frequency is because sometimes you're working with this and it's not clicking, right? It's not landing. There's two reasons that things don't land. It's your nervous system and or the energetic interferences, both of which you have full control over. Okay. If you have worked with me or taken a class from me, then you're familiar with the energy clearing statement. For those of you who are new, when I do energy work, one-on-one, in a group, in a class, I always teach the energy clearing statement. Because when you work with me, when we work together, right, regardless of what the issues are, the idea is to empower you to be able to keep going and do it on your own, right? This is not allopathic medicine where I want to keep you hooked for the rest of your life. This is helping you clear, helping you heal, teaching you the tools so you can continue to do it on your next level on your own. That being said, I want to teach you the clearing statement, and then we're going to use it and we're going to clear some energetic interferences with whatever it is that you are trying to call in right now. So the complete statement is right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pocs, all 100s, shorts, boys, povads, creations, uh, bases, species, and beyonds. Now, some of these, of course, are abbreviations for other things. So when we say right and wrong, we are dissolving judgment, whether it is right, whether it is wrong. Uh, POC and POD, it actually clears the point of creation and it clears the point of destruction, clears everything. All 100 calls in the total spectrum of every possibility that there is, and we get rid of it. Excuse me. Shorts, Boys, Povads, Creations, Bases, Species, and Beyonds addresses subconscious codes across every single dimension. You don't have to fully understand it for it to work. It is like electricity. Okay? So we don't really know how electricity works, but we do know that when you hit the light switch, the shit goes on or the shit turns off, right? As long as you've paid the bill. So with the clearing statement, what we do know is that it clears the energetic debris around or whatever comes up around whatever it is you're talking about. So we run this energy statement after we ask questions. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. But everything blocking my receiving of miracles, I destroy and uncreate it all. Good, bad, right, wrong, podpocs, all nine shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, species, and beyonds. That's what it looks like. So we're going to do an entity release and a light field alignment. I am really on schedule, so I'm excited. And if I'm talking too fast, please put your questions in. I'll come back and answer the questions, but I want to make sure I get all the information out to you. My granddaughter cannot not be around when she hears me talking. So now that I have your permission to work with your in your energy field, let's release all the entities and the energetic interference that you've got going on. So you can just listen. There's really nothing that you have to do. Um, I suggest you go back and get the transcripts. You'll actually have. Can you send me the clearing on Voxer? I could if I knew who you were. um, Listen, and I know you probably think like I probably would know because maybe I send you stuff on YouTube, but I don't know. Okay. Right. You would think with all the readings that you've done, but like there's so many readings and nobody's name is the same email and whatever. So like anyway, yes, because the clearing has evolved and it does change every once in a while, right? So I'm gonna ask high entities. Who are you? Get this one. Who are you? No. She's recording. And you know that. Who are you? Who were you before that? Now, you may get answers, okay? Or you may not. And that is okay too. So, who are you? Who were you before that? And who were you before that? And who were you before that? And who will you be in the future? What is your purpose here? Would you like to leave or contribute? All entities without choice, I release you now. Right, wrong, good, bad, podpocs, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, species, and beyonds. All entities without choice, I release you now. Good, bad, right, wrong, podpocs, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, species, and beyond. All entities without choice, I release you now. Right, wrong, good, bad, podpoc, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creation, species, and beyonds. I now call in all beings that are aligned with our overflow and miracle timeline. Show up and assist now. So we're going to use an example together, and it's that easy. Now, some people experience a shift in energy. The very first time I learned this, I could tell the energy in the room had changed. Gummy bears. I could tell the energy in my space had changed. Like it was more like a relief, right? But some people won't notice anything at all, but your manifestations will come through easier. Um, some people will have to do it multiple times. Now, what I'm giving you is the simplest form of it, because there are more questions that you can ask to remove ancestral stuff and entities in your space, entities that have attached, entities that have come from lovers, all of those type of things. So I'm giving you right now entry. But even with this entry level, you can clear enough to be able to call in what you want. So right now we're going to use the miracle money call, and I want you to pick a number. So 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and say it out loud. Right? I'm going to pick $5,000. And now I'm going to show you what these questions, okay, living in the question, what the right questions are to expand you. Because you can clear right? It's a 3-step process. You clear, you call in, and you expand. Because if you try to call in and you haven't cleared, it either won't land or it'll be distorted. If you clear and call in and don't expand, it either will bounce back, like you'll have that rubber band effect that people talk about with manifesting, or it won't land at all because you're asking for more than you can hold. So the miracle money call is through these expansive questions. So the questions are, what miracle of money is ready to land for me now? I'm going to give you the 5 questions. Each question, I suggest you, what I call it running, right? Run the question 21 times a day. How do you run the question? You ask the question and then you begin the clearing statement. How you begin the clearing statement is whatever is in the way of this, or whatever is blocking this, or whatever is causing this, or whatever this is, or whatever this brings up, right? You put that in between. You ask the question, you put that little phrase in there, and then you run the clearing statement. Okay, so what miracle of money is ready to land for me now? And everything in the way of that, I uncreate, delete, and destroy, good, bad, right, wrong, pod pocs, all 100s, boys, povads, creations, bases, species, and beyond. Now, it feels like a lot, a long ass sentence that you need to do 21 times. But the reason is your subconscious is asking questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the only way that you're going to get out of, you need the key? You need the key? Yeah. So we're visiting, and anyway, what was I saying? So at first, it may feel like work. You don't have to run all the questions 21 times all at once, but you do need to run the questions. So what miracle of money is ready to land for me right now, and anything in the way of that, right? I uncreate, delete, and destroy. You could say times a zillion or whatever resonates with you, because you want to get it in a language that resonates with you. But the actual clearing statement is all entity or good, bad, right, wrong, pod pocs, all 100s, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, species, and beyonds. You're blowing up absolutely everything. So break it up. You've spent, I don't know, I'm 50 plus, so I have spent 50 plus years, right? Allowing my mind to, and maybe not 50 because I learned this a while ago, but I spent a good 30 years allowing my mind to run, why me, why this, why that, this is shitty, like how is it? And I used to say, like, and it's very common for people to say, thank you so much, my tri-colored hair. Because my actual hair is like, my actual color is brown, so it comes through. Well, it's now brown and gray, but I dye it black, and so now I'm a zebra. But anyway, thank you, because I've just embraced it. But 30 plus years of just letting my mind run on autopilot, because I'm taught, right? I was taught, like, oh, when it rains, it pours, Newton's law, when one bad thing happens, more things happen, and never knowing that I was the essence of it all. I'm the one who was deciding. If some bad shit happens, it only got worse because of me. Like, at any point in time, I could change it. I didn't think that I had that kind of power. So, but we do. We all do. And you have to be willing to put in the time to retrain yourself. Once you're retrained, it becomes second nature. When shit happens, and I'm like, people will say, oh, I can't believe that happened. And it's like, yeah, I'm not worried about it because, things always work out for me. Like they always work out in my favor. When I have to do something, it's like, yeah, but it always gets better and better. And it literally does. And when I say that, and then people go, you know what? It really does for you. Like, it's always better than the next time or the next version or the next, because that is my belief system. It gets better and better all the time. Things always work out, right? So, let me give you the 5 questions. What miracle of money is ready to land for me now? Who can contribute with ease? What timeline collapses in my favor today? How does it get any better than this? That's my favorite. Everything that doesn't allow this, we're going to uncreate, delete, and destroy. So people, even when people are unintentionally, unknowing, and intentionally, because some motherfuckers know what they're doing, speak shit, try to speak shit over my life, my situation, my whatever. I'm like, uncreate the story across all timelines, space, dimensions, realities. Like, no, I'm not taking it. And I literally will send that energy back. Like, ooh, they say something and I don't like it. I'll be like, uncreate the story across all time, space, dimensions, and realities. I clear that so it does not become a solidity in my reality, because it will. If you entertain it, if you debate it, if you go back and forth with it, it will become a solidity in your reality. And it'll be something that you have to do more work to clear later. So the way that you get into this miracle frequency is by asking expansive questions. And when you ask the questions, you then clear everything that comes up around it. So, and you want to ask your first set of questions around the very specific thing that you are calling in. And then you want to ask a set of questions to expand your frequency so you can hold it. Expansion is your capacity. So when we moved from a hotel to a 7,000 square foot house, I did not have the capacity to hold that. I hadn't even begun that. I was so busy working to get that I wasn't expanding enough to pay that utility bill, to be able to go buy a $2,000 ride on lawnmower to cut the grass, to be able to pay 3 times as much as for the cleaning service. I'm trying to think of what other things were like, and I didn't even, it wasn't like a heating bill, right? I had to have the truck come in and fill the oil tanks, and that was several $100s every couple of months. And so it was just shit I had not expanded to. Shit I was not um, prepared for because I didn't expand. I called it in. I was focused. I kind of strong armed my way into certain manifestations because I was using a masculine approach. I was good at it and I could get shit, but I couldn't always hold it because I didn't know how to expand. The way that you expand is the same way that you get into the frequency of miracles, right? Because it's a 2-part thing. It's the calling it in and it's the expanding so that you keep it. And it's still with questions. So your expansion questions look like, What if I could trust myself with overflow? And if you want to clear, right? If you feel like, you know what, I don't really trust myself with an extra $5,000 or $50,000 months. Um, Everything in the way of me trusting myself with this overflow, you run the clearing statement. I destroy and uncreate it all, right? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pox, all 100s, shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, species, and beyonds. You clear it. What energy expands my receiving muscles today? And everywhere I think I can't expand or that my muscle is too weak, I clear and uncreate it all, right? Good, bad, right, wrong, pot, pot. What miracles land through my body right now? And everywhere I can't feel miracles, everywhere I don't think miracles are landing, everywhere I'm not sure this is possible for me, I destroy and uncreate it all. And then you blow all that shit up, right? And you run the clearing statement. What would it take for this to feel safe and sustained? Right? So if you're calling in more money, if you're calling in an aligned partner. Now, if you're calling in an aligned partner through this frequency, make sure that you have clarified what an aligned partner is for you. What an aligned partner is for you is probably not what's aligned for me. You know, my daughter was watching a show a day or two ago, and it was about this woman who married a football player, like really soccer to us, right? And she was living her best life, and she was very young, but she was a multimillionaire. They weren't married, but she's had kids. She was taking care of his other kids, all this stuff. But she was happy. It was exactly what she wanted, and I got it. It wasn't an aligned situation for me, and how I see an aligned relationship happening for me, but it was for her. So you need to really define what an aligned relationship is for you before you start calling in people. You know, just do that. Same as you define what house you want, what car you want, how you want it, the lifestyle that you want, and everything in the way of that. Excuse me. Um, Everything that blocks that, everything that you can also use the phrase, everything that this brings up. You do not have to identify every single thing that comes up in order to clear it. You don't have to do that. Just clear everything that comes up, everything that this makes me feel, right? Clear it all. So I touched a little bit on why manifestations don't always land. And if your manifestation does not show up or even show signs, because if you're doing this right, and I say if you're doing it right, so what is right versus wrong? You're asking the right questions, you're being consistent, and you're clearing everything that comes up. Those are your steps for getting into this miracle frequency. Okay. If it's not showing up and it's not showing signs in like 24 hours, there's a couple of things. You're asking the wrong fucking questions. The questions that you're asking are not clearing and they're not expanding. Sometimes you're here and you think you're here. And so what you're asking is down here, but you're already here. And so you need to change the question. That's always the first thing you do. Like you're not seeing results. The very first results are going to be energetic, right? They're going to be energetic. You're going to feel it around you. Then you're going to feel it in you. If you're asking questions and you're not feeling the relief, you're asking the wrong questions. Adjust the questions first. The next thing is your nervous system. Your nervous system is your gateway to the field. Okay. When you expand too fast without the regulation of the nervous system, your body flags it as danger and it completely rejects the miracle. So if you are calling in $10,000 and it's all coming together and you're excited, you may get the $10,000 like I got that first house, right? But some crazy shit will happen and you'll lose the money. Or you call in that $10,000 and then won't make a dime for 6 months or 12 months. And so instead of that $10,000 being this huge, expansive moment, it puts you into what is it called? Feast and famine, right? Because you've got a lot and then nothing at all. So you've got to work both sides. You've got to be regulating your nervous system. This is daily through breath work, through movement, through grounding. Okay. But you also need to energetically expand your capacity to receive. The way that you energetically expand your capacity is one, through the expansion questions, and two, through EFT expansion sequences. So I'm almost at my hour. I want to go back and I'm going to recap and we're going to go through some stuff. And then if you guys have questions, feel free. I'm going to stick around, answer the questions. I might eat some food or whatever because I don't mind being on. But I wanted to make sure within the first hour you got the core information so you can do this. It's not like y'all are searching for it to figure it out, because I promised that you were going to leave here tonight and know how to get into the miracle frequency. So what is the miracle frequency? It is the energetic state where matter bends to you. Not by luck, not by alignment, not by force and strong arming, but through receptivity. The frequency, the miracle frequency, is a frequency. I work out every day and meditate and pray and affirmations, but still have trouble finding my life partner. Any advice? And I'm a guy who's 27. Yes, you've got to get into the miracle frequency and ask the right questions, right? You are saying, like, I work out every day and I pray and I meditate. Affirmations don't always work if there is energetic chaos around you, right? If you've got entities around you that are stopping you, if how you are presenting is not in alignment. Everything has to be in alignment. Like I said, when you're calling in a partner, you need to be clear about what kind of partner you want. And then you need to be asking questions around how to draw in that partner. Right now, you're asking me essentially, why is it that I can't call in a partner? Why don't I have a partner? The question is really, what frequency do you need to be to call in your aligned partner? What do you need to know so that you can call in your aligned partner? Right? You've got to be asking the right questions. If the partner hasn't showed up, you're asking the wrong questions. You can't ask questions like, am I not good enough? The universe is going to be like, he doesn't think he's good enough. No, you're not. I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons to prove to you you're not good enough. I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons, a bunch of situations to show you you're not doing enough. Instead of, what do I need to do to be in alignment for my ideal partner? That's what you need to be asking. What frequency, what vibration do I need to live at so that I can attract my aligned partner? Those are the questions that you need to ask. Okay, then This is what we're talking about right now, asking the questions. The way that you get into the miracle frequency is through the questions, right? Earlier, I mentioned why most people can't access. I know you, Sharon. Pour some in the other glass for me. You don't ask, like, why isn't it working? What's wrong with me? Or why does this not happen? I got other stuff in there. Just give me a different glass, right? You have to ask the questions that. You have to ask the questions that bring you into just. Never mind. I got this. I'm gonna finish this. Fuck off, man. Okay, so I'm talking to my kids. They're talking to me. Okay. Don't mind me. We're talking to my kids. So you have to ask expansive questions, right? What frequency do I need to be in? Where can I go? Where can I meet my ideal partner? Things like that. You need to be asking questions. The questions are what opens the field for you. You clear energetic interferences. So you clear things that whatever is stopping you from aligning with your ideal partner, you destroy, uncreate it. Across all time, space, dimensions, realities, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pox, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and species, and beyonds. You clear everything in the way between you and your ideal partner. Okay? If you feel like there is ancestral issues, other entities, if you feel other people's energies around you that you feel like are interfering, then you talk to them. Who are you? Who were you before that? What will you be after this? Right? What will you be in the future? What is your purpose here? Would you like to leave? Or are you willing to stay and contribute to helping me find my ideal partner or bring in that money? Okay. And then you declare, like all entities without choice, I release you now. And you clear them, good, bad, right, wrong, pod, pox, right? You get rid of it all the beings aligned with my overflow or my ideal partner and miracle timeline show up and assist me now. Everything everything is energy. So the trees, the butterflies, the birds, the animals, even the physical furniture. Like I love to thrift shop. But before bringing stuff home, like, can I clear the entities on this? Because if I can't clear them, they can't come with me. Especially because I'm sensitive and I can hear them, see them, feel them. I don't always want to, right? And sometimes those entities are attached to furniture. Sometimes they're attached to clothes. Sometimes they're attached to your surroundings, like where you move, right? Like right now, we're visiting family. So we're in a lovely multiple uh, bedroom hotel suite. But before we could come in here and settle, we have to clear the energy because there's a lot of people that come through here. We don't know if the people that were here were sad, happy. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know. So we clear all of that so that we don't take it on. And it's like that with everything, even when you're calling in miracles. When you're calling in the miracle and your miracle is money or a relationship or a house or just ease and flow. So, how do you clear an energy in the space? So, you can do it in multiple ways. One of the most basic ways is through smoke. So if you are not able to use sage, you can use an incense. You can use sound. You use your voice. You could clap, right? All the corners. It would have taken me forever to do that in this particular space. But because I do have the ability to feel entities, and so do my children, then I literally speak to them. I use all those things, mind you. We burn the sage, we burn the incense, we then burn oil. We put a simmer pot on the stove because we're in a place. We're here for a week, so we have a stovetop oven, refrigerator, kitchen, essentially, all that stuff, right? So uh, you put all the dishes in the dishwasher and burn the sage, burn the herbs on a charcoal, or burn some oil, burn some incense. We put a simmer pot on so that that is all encompassing and cleaning. This particular unit that we're in has hardwood floors in the kitchen, and it has in the bathrooms, but it's carpet in the living room and the bedrooms, right? So uh, you sprinkle, we sprinkled baking soda on the carpets. We created a little floor wash for the floors, and we clean absolutely everything. So you clean it out, and we use Florida water. So we clean it out. I have Florida water in a spray bottle, spray all the curtains, sprayed all the windows. I'm moving out energy. But then while I'm doing all that, I'm letting them know all entities who are not for my highest good have to go. You lock the mirrors, you lock the TV screens, you lock the windows, and you tell them they have to go. You acknowledge them and then you let them know if you are not here for my highest good, you can leave. Go back to the light, do what you got to do, but you can't stay here. Physically cleaning, start from the back towards the door. My daughter's laughing, like, are you telling people to clean their house? Because for her, that's how she grew up, right? But we do every time we go somewhere. It doesn't matter whether we're there a day or whether we're there a week. This particular space is close to my daughter's home, so we'll be coming back because I've moved further away. So we'll be coming back here, but that's the routine. And we have a specific bag, like you put together the bag when you're going into the space. Now, if you're at home, then this should be part of your cleaning routine. Once a week, minimum. Once a month, you refresh the wards in your house, right? The wards are things that you put in your space to constantly absorb negative energy. You have visitors, if you have pets, even from yourself, as you're growing and you're releasing, okay, you're releasing shit. Something's got to absorb that you can take it out. So you put up the wards in your home, at the doors, at the windows, so that anything that is coming off of people, situations, if you get sad and you're releasing anger into your house, you need to have something there to absorb that so you can get rid of it and not have it reintroduced into your space. When you are always angry or angry a lot, or you're very depressed and or in any type of particular mood, and you stay in that mood for a while, even if you're releasing it, your home will take on that frequency. You can literally create an entity from yourself, from your despair, from your anger, that will then live in your home with you. You can create tulpas that have their own energy. There are people, clients I even have, that have been angry enough to create a tulpas that anytime somebody hurts them, right, that person gets hurt in some kind of way. A lot of people will talk about, like, my ancestors don't play with me. don't play about me, because if you do something, something happens to them. Now, if you want your tulpas to do that kind of stuff, if you're okay with your ancestors doing that kind of stuff, that's fine. But sometimes it happens out of grief and out of pain and out of despair. And you want to be able to clear all of that. This looks really good. Thanks. Can I get some sea salt though? Because you don't want that energy lingering. You did? On my couscous too? Okay. Thank you. My, you can't get high cholesterol from sea salt. I'm gonna need you to back off. Anyway, once you have called in through the questions, ground yourself, release, ask the questions. The questions get you into the frequency. The questions open you up for source and universe to answer you. Once you're in that and you feel that flow, then you want to expand it. Okay? So you ask more, like, how can I do this? First of all, if you're calling in women or a spouse or a partner, you need to be calling in a lot of them, right? How can I get in? How can I spend time with multiple women? How can I determine which woman is the most aligned choice for me? Right? You need to call them in. Then when you start dating and multiple women want to date you, then you need to say, okay, how can I choose which is most aligned for me? How do I know? You keep asking the questions. That's the expansion. If you don't expand and you call in a bunch of women, then at some point you become an asshole and nobody wants to date you because they think you're, two-timing or whatever. When you understand that you're asking the questions is what gets you into the frequency, and you're not getting what you want, then you know it is your nervous system or you're asking the wrong questions. So if you're not getting what you want, then you change the question. If you change the questions and you start to see signs like, women giving you the eye or more sales coming in or money being gifted to you, then you know you're asking the right questions. Now you expand, right? So that you can hold. And you work on your nervous system to ensure that the nervous system does not kick off your miracle or your manifestation. Does that make sense? So thank you so much for those questions. Can I get some ranch? Okay, so now I want to give you guys the goddess code for miracle frequency. I'm going to give you like 5 different ways that you can use it, but thank you. The goddess code for the miracle frequency is 528 639 741. 528 639 741. This number vibrates with DNA repair, heart coherence, and material alignment all at the same time. The way that you use goddess codes are very similar to how you use grab avoid numbers and other manifestation tools. My son is in there playing video games. Can you tell him to shut up? Marcus, you're loud as hell. Take one off the headphones. So I'm going to give you 5 ways to use this number to help you align with your miracle frequency. Write it on your wrist or write it across your heart in the morning. Whisper each digit as you are falling to sleep, almost like a chant, right? 528 639 741. 528-639-741. 528-639-741. That's going to help you get into that frequency. I would do this if you can, even before you start asking questions. But when you lay down to go to bed, chant the number and then start asking your questions as you drift off. You're going to get really fast answers. I'm going to link the track in here somewhere, somehow. I don't know. In the replay. Can you put the number in the chat? Okay. I could try. Let me see. I don't know how to write in the chat. I've been on. I don't know how to write in the chat. Can you jump on and write in the chat the goddess code for miracle frequency? 528-639. Yeah. 741. Miracle frequency. Miracle. Thank you. Yeah, and so when this goes into the replay, I will link the sound frequency that I created specifically for this miracle frequency. Okay, because I do have another page. It's Goddess Kimse LaMeel, and on that page, it has the sonic frequencies that I create. So I create music where the voice and the instruments and everything are completely aligned to very specific frequencies to help you get into the frequency of healing, the frequency of money, of joy, of all of those things. So if you listen to the song that is specific to, and that's actually a seven series song, 7 songs in the series that help you get into alignment with this miracle frequency. Okay. So play the track and then speak the codes. The codes are embedded. That particular song, I don't think you can hear the codes, but a lot of my other songs you can hear the codes, so you can memorize them. You can add this code if you have an altar. If you do candle work, you can light this on or write it on your candle, and then you can chant it during your EFT tapping or breath work. So it just looks like, 528 639 714, 528 639 741. Okay. And you go through all of your tapping and you just keep saying it. Why are you tapping? You're tapping because these are acupressure points that relax the nervous system and allow you to start receiving. So it is essentially EFT. You can also listen to the song Goddess Code. That is on my that's on that channel. I'm going to link this channel in the replay, or you can search Goddess Kimse LaMeel. I can't stream it here because it's protected under my artist channel, and otherwise I'd play it in the background. So I want to talk to you about the miracle frequency. It is a journey that I've created specifically for people who want to get into this miracle frequency. It is 8 weeks, and we do a lot of clearing. We do a lot of calling in. We do the energetic alignment. You learn how to do holographic activations. You learn money manifestation protocols. We do group expansions and rituals, as well as you're giving your individual group expansion and rituals. You have access to me through Voxer, and of course, I give you a lot of miracle frequency coded soundtracks to help you just get into that miracle frequency. And it's done over 8 weeks because this is the season, right? This is the season to get into it. This is how you want to end your year. This is how you make sure that all the seeds are planted. So next year is effortless. And I'm only taking 10 people because this program is actually going to be added into my Goddess Frequency one-on-one program. So right now I'm taking 10 more people. It's going to be the last people that I do this with before it becomes part of Goddess Frequency, and that's the only way that you're able to get it. Okay, so after this round, this is my last round, and this is how we're going to end the year. And yes, there is a guarantee. So if you don't feel the frequency experience, if you are not getting the results that you're supposed to have in 8 weeks, then I will continue to work with you, because I have never had anybody not get the results after the 8 weeks. Like, the transformation is mind blowing. And again, this is a stepping stone into the Goddess Frequency, but that's miracle frequency will open up huge, huge doors. So if you are interested, I'm going to link that down below. I don't know how to talk in the chat in here. Like, is it just that I'm not able to? Because I can't even put the links in here. I have not done a live on YouTube in a decade. Isn't that stupid? Okay, so right. I'm going to put it in the replay. And if you have access to me, you can always message me. You can always make a comment, and I will send you the link if you feel called and are interested. But what I want to do now, if there are no more questions, I'm going to close, and I'm going to go through an EFT session with you guys really quick to help you expand and regulate your nervous system so that you can stay in this frequency. I wish I had a hair clip though, for real. So let's get started. And you're going to gently tap. I'm going to show you the basic EFT tapping points that I use, right? So I actually start here. And then I do the side, down here, 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 under the arm, and then back to the top of the head. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to let that marinate for a day or two. Start asking the right questions. You're very welcome. So those are the tapping points, right? But we're going to start right here, because this is also a very good energy point. And just repeat after me. Even though my body has feared overflow, I am safe. Under your arm. Even though miracles felt too big, I expand anyway. Top of your head. I allow more love, more money, and more ease than ever before. Eyebrow. It is safe to receive. Side of the eye. It is safe to hold. Under your eye. It is safe to shine. What is this? Under the nose. It is done. On the chin, I receive, and back to the collarbone, I receive. I want you to tap your wrist together. This is the holographic command for bringing you into the miracle frequency. I now command that all miracle timelines aligned with my highest joy activate fully in my field. I am the embodiment of divine intervention. It is done. So, thank you so much for being here. You are a walking miracle. Your life is proof that you're a walking miracle. The code should have made it in the chat. Oh, I don't see it. I think numbers like they think it might have been a phone number. So I'm going to repeat the code. You put it in 528 639 741. I don't see it. 741. How does it get any better than this? Right? Just keep asking. How does it get better than this? If you don't remember any question, how does it get better than this? How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? 21 times a day. How does it get? It thinks it's a phone number, so it won't. Yeah, it won't let us put the code in. I need to figure out a way to do it. Maybe, I don't know, but I'll figure out a way because I will be coming on live once a week here. It is 528 639 741. You spelling it out? Because that's probably the only way I'm going to be able to put codes in there. Yeah, 528 639 741. Okay. You feel free to leave questions. You can go to my website, go into the client portal, send me emails. I'm more than happy to answer. If they're relevant to everybody, I'll even make a video for you guys. If you are interested in being part of the Miracle Frequency, the link to that is actually already in the description. So go ahead and click that. If you feel called, please join me. I'd love to have you. I'm taking 10 individuals, and right now there are 6 spaces remaining. So thank you so much for sharing your energy with me today. Love you. Bye.